remember the RPM went down, and I have said earlier that the motor is gonna die, but it didn't happen to me, which is good. But if you happen to on your motor, if you're doing this and if it dies on you, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to show you how to adjust my throttle body as far as like the RPM, the correct RPM. This is by using or by following the procedures of a Haynes repair manual right there. So checking the idle speed and all that. I don't have an RPM tack meter as far as like checking it, the portable one, but I am going to use the engine speed. Right now that's about 700 or 800, and right below, right there, the next to the above zero, that will be 500. These procedures can be used on a D, B, 8 series, F series also, but always check your maintenance manual on how to properly to check your idle RPM. Since this is a new throttle body that I got for like 60 bucks, well, the only reason why I got this one is because I want to remember the my HD clamp. I was practicing how to weld aluminum because I don't want to ruin my my other throttle body, that's why. But it looks like it works pretty good for me. I have no issue yet, but like I have said, since it is brand new, I want to make sure that the idle screw is set from where it's at. So the instructions is nothing but to let the engine idle normal temperature. Of course, once I disconnect this thing, it's gonna register a fault, and it's hopefully it would not die. But if it dies, then no biggie, I can always restart again. Then once it starts, then I'm going to adjust that screw. Okay, there it is. See how the idle comes down? Alright, now I really need to adjust it. Alright, there it is. See, it's hunting. Yeah, it should not be hunting like that, but it's better than what it was before. Let me try loosening it and then tighten it. There you go. Yeah, I loosened it more, then I slowly going back in. Yeah, it's more stabilized now, but it has to be at 500 Right now it's, yeah, I have to keep it below. That's too much. Sorry about me going back and forth, but remember, I have no if I only have a handheld track meter. Down some more. Okay, right there. Yeah, it's right on the line, so that's 500 right there. Gotta fine tune this thing. Went up a little. A little more. Okay, so now the instructions is to turn it off, then reset the ECU. Backup radio 7.5, so 7.5 right there. Yeah, the backup radio, it's the same thing as the ECU. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there for a while and then reconnect the connector and then start it up again. Alright, so it's been about more than 5 minutes. So, let me put this thing back. Close the lid and reconnect the connector. Only there. Okay, once everything is all reset, and we can go and start again. There you go. Normal temperature, right? With the fan on and everything. So I disconnected the IACV connector. Then the fault light comes on because your IACV is no longer there. The ECU senses that, so it created a fault. So the RPM went down. Once it dies, or once it's disconnected, or once it takes a crap, then your backup would be is this adjustment right here. So it will hang to about 500 or 400, you know, just to let you know that your IACV is no good, together with the fault light. So what I did is I adjusted it, which is the idle screw right here. And once I found my my 500-ish, 600 RPM, then I turned it off and pull the breaker or disconnect your battery just to reset the fault, and then the ECU will learn itself again after I turn on the engine again, which is, this is what I have now, and that is exactly what it is here. See, if the idle speed is too low or too high, disconnect the electrical connector on ICV, then turn your screw, and afterwards plug in the connector again and see, disconnect the backup or disconnect your battery to clear the code, and then turn on the engine again, and then right there. Alright guys, I hope this will help you guys out that wanted to check their throttle body, especially if you buy something like this, a no-name brand. So it looks like that, because some throttle body, they don't have a hole, they have the screw but there's no hole in it. But this one, I checked it before I put it on before, so I know that that one is legit. Remember the on a stop sign, that when I go cruising and I'm making a stop, that the engine dies, that might have something to do with it also. So now it's out of the way, and that is how I adjusted my 68mm a no-name brand throttle body. I hope you guys like this one, and it will help you out as far as like adjusting your idle. And I'll see you guys back on the next one. Bye everyone. Bye bye. Like and subscribe.